Hey, what's up guys? Marcus Amino here with the Van Bros. I'm going to be profiling the better Royals, the Spike Brothers. They do exactly what Royals do, just a little better, because, you know, Blaster Blade's just that middle of the road guy, you know. Alright, so to start the profile, you gotta start off with the big guy himself. 4 General Seifried, has the force marker. His first skill, it's an act, you counterblast 1. Choose one of your rear guards to put in the soul, calls 1 from the deck with the same name. And it gets plus 10k and he gets plus 10k. Good thing about that is not once per turn, so you could fucking make him huge. And your rear guard huge at the same time, but not weird. And then his second effect is on hit, right, which kind of blows. Soul Blast 2. Restand one of your rear guards, and then choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. That's not so bad, because sometimes I like to hit my opponent at 3 damage, just if I want to retire a problematic rear guard, because you're never going to lack soul in this deck, because you just have a humongous fat ass soul all the time. And then after that is the right hand man Juggernaut Maximum. He has the effect when he's placed, he gets plus 10k. That's Vanguard or rear guard, so sometimes I'll have to ride him with Jim. It's not even that bad because he gets 10k on his own, so I put the force on another circle. And then his rear guard skill, during the main phase you can put him in the soul, call the same unit from your deck. It's pretty good if you don't want to use Seifried's counterblast. And then these are my 2 tech options, final grade 3s. It's Sigiswald. I think he's good when you early superior call him off of Spike Bouncer, and also the grade 1 that does the same thing. It's just a lot of value because you call him, you get a free attack, and then the next turn you replenish the counterblast you used for Spike Bouncer, and you get to draw a card, and you get to return a unit. So it's not bad. If you see this in your opening hand, you want to mulligan it right away because it does blow. Onto the grade 2s for Brocky. He has the same effect, main phase effect as Maximum, where you put him in the soul, beginning of the main phase, and call the same one from deck, and the same thing on rear guard circle only though. He gets plus 10k. And then after that is Spike Bouncer. Actually one of the best cards in the deck because he just turbos you out and lets you have such a good early game because his skill is on Vanguard or rear guard, counterblast, soul blast 1. Look at the top cards equal to your Vanguard's grade and superior call it. Like I've rode him on grade 2 and then top deck a Juggernaut Maximum, and that's just a lot of pressure for your opponent to deal with, especially if they're at grade 1. His other skill is counterblast 1 at the end of the battle he attack, put him in the soul, draw a card. That kind of sucks. I definitely don't like that skill, but it comes up sometimes if you're really lacking on hand. For the final grade 2 is Treasured Black Panther. You could definitely run this at 4 if you take out a Sigiswald. I just like running 2 Sigiswald. I just think the card's good, and every time I've superior called it, it did me great. So, and I always found myself drawing into this guy way too much, so I think 3's fine. His skill is you can Soul Blast 1 when he attacks, give him 5k or 15k, but if you do 15, you gotta put him in the soul at the end of the battle. So yeah, that's really the reason I only ran 3, because I never really shoved him into the soul too often unless I was going for lethal. So, but that's still really dangerous, because if you use Seifried's skill, give him 10k, and then if they're at 5 damage, Soul Blast 1, give him another 15k. That's just a lot to deal with. Usually they don't live that turn. After that is Gary Gannon, probably one of the best cards. He actually has a little, I think he has fucking way too insane a value for a Vanguard card. It's on hit that he boosts, draw 2 cards, and put a card from your hand to the bottom of the deck, which is kind of insane considering the deck itself just filters like crazy, and it makes a crap hand into a good one, especially if you're going second and you're first to attack on grade 1. Definitely applies a lot of pressure. After that is for Wonder Boy. He has the same main phase effect as Maximum and Brocky, where during the beginning of the main phase put him in the soul, except what's different about him is when he's placed, you choose a non-grade 1 unit from your drop zone and put at the bottom of your deck, so you could put triggers or whatever, and he gets 5k. So what I like to do is, if I know that I have like 2 or 3 of him in deck, and I have a Seifried out, I'll use Seifried's skill to keep recalling him and just shit ton of triggers back and then just drive check 2 crits and kill him. Alright, and then last grade 1 is Gyro Slinger. His skill is when he's placed on Vanguard or Rearguard, you can choose a card from your hand and put in the soul. And look at the grade, or look at the top cards equal to your Vanguard's grade and superior call it, and it gets 5k. That's the difference between him and Spike Bouncer. I never really use it on Vanguard because half the time I neg a card from my hand just to superior call it crit, which kind of sucks, but I have top deck a Juggernaut Maximum while I rode to grade 1, that was pretty nice. But if you have another Spike Bouncer and you're already on grade 3, just stick it into the soul and get like a Ganon out of it. It really is good at deck thins, and it just has a lot of value. Next is the triggers. I play 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 crits. I know some people like to run 6 draw, 6 crit, but if you get an early game crit with this deck, you're basically in the bag to win, because if you're on grade 3 and they're at 4 damage, that's a lot of pressure they have to deal with. So I like to see crits more often than draws in this deck, because I feel like you maintain a decent hand, so. And it doesn't really matter, it's kind of an aggro deck, you're not really trying to live too long. 4 heal, obviously. 4 draw PG, obviously, because it's just much better than grade 1s. And then obviously Mecha Trainer. And that's really it. I think this is a great build. I really have had success with it, except when fucking I play Kagero, so I mean, hey. Alright, and that's the deck profile, guys. I really hope I influenced some of your guys' builds. Fuck off, Jesus. Spike Brothers are dope. They're definitely one of the best clans right now. But anyway, glad I picked up the deck. It's really strong. I only picked it up because I like the aesthetic, and I like Morikawa as a fucking bully like me. So yeah, peace out.